my beautiful viewers, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. And if you guys are new here, my name is Samantha and this is my pet channel where I show both my exotic as well as my non-exotic pets. And I do a lot of other things on this channel as well, such as vlogging. I've been trying to get a little bit more into vlogging as of recently, going out on nature walks and just other fun places that I would like to bring you guys along to. And I would also like to soon bring some of my art onto this channel as well. I really do want to get back into art and I feel like that would be a really fun thing to share with you guys as well. So we'll see how that goes in the near future. But for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really exciting news. And there is a couple bits of exciting news that I will be sharing with you guys today. But one in particular will be a new addition to my animal family, and probably my last big addition. I say big addition because, of course, there will always be new jumping spiders to acquire and add to my breeding projects. So that will still be continuing, but this is definitely going to be my last big addition for quite a long time. But it is a very special one that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And I've been waiting to share this with you guys for quite a long time now. I've had her for about a month. So I've been like really holding off on sharing pictures and it has been killing me. So I'm really excited to finally get this out there and be able to share her with you guys and finally be able to post pictures of her after this is uploaded. Also today, unfortunately, I do also have some really sad news to share with you guys that I just want to get out there and share with you because I feel like you guys should definitely know about this stuff. And there's always a lot of good that comes with animal keeping. I mean, mostly good, like 99.9% of it is fantastic. But there's that small percentage that is very sad. And yeah, so I just feel like I should share that with you guys in this video as well. But I am going to be getting the sad news out of the way first so we can focus on the happy news in this video for the most part. And yeah, I would also like to address everything that is going on in the world right now. I hope that you guys are all safe and healthy, and I hope you haven't been affected too much because of this virus. But unfortunately, I think the whole world is affected at this point in time. I know a lot of small businesses especially are really struggling, as well as nonprofits. So if you guys can and have the ability to support your small businesses around your local area, as well as any nonprofits that you know of, definitely support them during this time. They are really struggling. I know my job in particular is struggling because of all of this that is going on, as well as where I volunteer, Wild Wings. So if you guys have the ability to, go on to www.wildwingsinc.com/store and you can actually donate to them from there. At Wild Wings, we do care for 35 birds of prey, as well as a bobcat who have been injured and are unreleasable for one reason or another. And they rely on donations. Right now, they are closed to the public because of everything that is going on. And they also had to cancel a lot of their fundraisers and programs that they had scheduled. So overall, they're struggling pretty hard right now. But luckily, a lot of people have been pretty generous. And definitely go and check their website out. And if you guys can help, that's awesome. If not, then even just like going to their Facebook page and sharing their posts would be a fantastic help. So, again, hope you guys are safe. But now let's move on to the video. I just felt kind of weird like not talking about it at all and just going on like everything is fine. Everything is fine. Which, you know, we're all gonna make it through this and come out strong. But anyways, let's go on to the video. Okay guys, so first in this video we are going to be talking about the sad news, just to get it out of the way and focus on the good of this video. But there's 3 things that I am kind of sad about, and the first one is that I did end up taking down one of my fish tanks, which honestly, it's actually pretty relieving. I took down my 90-gallon freshwater aquarium that was just on this side of the room. And like I had said in one of my previous videos, I did briefly mention that I was thinking about taking down one of my aquariums, or a couple, which I did only end up taking down one because, you know, I love having aquariums, but it was taking a toll on my back. And overall, just having so many, I felt like they were all kind of half done rather than me only focusing on a couple and having them be the best that they can be. So I did take down my 90-gallon. I kept most of the fish that were in there other than my pike cichlid, and I don't have the Altum Angels anymore. I did keep my big green severum, the ropefish, the ornate bashir, and I kept my angelfish, like the normal angel, and I think that was really all that was in there. So I do still have them. The aquariums that I have up right now are my 40-gallon freshwater, my 30-gallon freshwater, and my 60-gallon cube reef. So those are still there. You will be seeing them in a future video. And honestly, I can't wait to show you guys them just because they are looking amazing now that I have less to focus on and I'm taking care of some of the smaller aquariums rather than having so many that are half done. And like I've told you guys before, I also work with aquariums at my job, so just having so many there as well as here was just really becoming a lot. And it's pretty relieving just taking care of the smaller ones and having them look really nice. So leading on to the second bit of sad news that is kind of related to this, I did unfortunately end up losing all of my pea puffer fish, which was really heartbreaking. They were my babies, and honestly it's still really kind of sad to talk about. I did lose them. It was late in 2019, so it was about November, December, around that time frame. I did have a heater malfunction, and the puffers, they were getting pretty old. I did have them for a couple of years. Pea puffer fish, they really don't live too long, so all of them were getting pretty old. I'm pretty sure they normally live like 3 to 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. So it could have been a factor, the fact that they were getting old, but I had a heater malfunction, and they're really sensitive fish when it comes to fluctuations. And it just got really cold. I lost a couple of them then, and then like a week after that had happened, I had a power outage that lasted almost 24 hours. And that was really scary. I was really afraid that I was going to lose all the fish, which I am going to be making a video in the future about power outages and what you can do in preparation with reptiles as well as aquariums. So there's that. Pretty much during the time of me not having power, I was just running like battery powered air pumps. Unfortunately, I did not have anything to plug the heaters into, so I was just trying to keep the water as warm as I possibly could. And I did have to work that day as well, so I kept coming home to check on them. But the puffers survived initially, but I think just all the fluctuation had gotten to them between the temperature and not having, you know, their normal filtration. And I think that just got to them. They are the only fish that I lost due to that power outage, which out of 4 aquariums is pretty good, but it's still really heartbreaking because like I said, they were my babies, and it's been years since I haven't had pea puffers, and they're just one of my favorite fish to keep. But as of right now, in my 40-gallon aquarium out in the living room, I have my ornate bashir, my ropefish, and my big green severum with my little baby green severum. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen my little baby green severum, but originally I was going to be giving my big green severum to my parents, but it was kind of spontaneous when I took everything down and sold the aquarium. So I put the fish from my 90 into the 40. Other than the pike cichlid I did bring to my work, and I'll tell you guys a little funny story about that in just a second. But my angelfish, the normal angel, ended up going into the 30 gallon, which was the Puffer Paradise. And I think I am, as of right now, I'm going to be making that aquarium into more of a community tank to kind of base it around my angelfish. But it's looking really nice. All the tanks are looking nice, and I'm excited to show you guys them in a future video. But now with the pike cichlid, so I didn't want to put him into a smaller aquarium because of his size, first of all, and second of all, he's super active. And plus, the green Severum's fins right now, the big green Severum, his fins are pretty tethered at the moment because I do think the pike cichlid was starting to become really territorial, and he was starting to beat up on him just a little bit. So the green Severum, he's okay, he will heal. He's super happy in the 40 out in the living room, and I think he just likes the fact that we're always staring at him since he's out in the living room now. But he will heal. Obviously I didn't want to put them back in together if they weren't getting along, so I brought the pike cichlid to my work, and he went into our 150 gallon tank that has a bunch of fish for sale. And I wrote "Talk to Samantha" next to the label pike cichlid because I did not want somebody just walking in there and saying, "Oh, it's a cool fish, cool big fish, let me go home and kill it," because I don't know how to care for it, and I just wanted something big and cool in my aquarium. So I was questioning everybody that was asking about him. So people had to talk to me because I really wanted to make sure he went to an awesome home. I was asking questions like, you know, how big is the tank? What fish are you putting him in with? What are you going to be feeding him, etc., etc., just a whole bunch of questions. He ended up going into a 150 gallon South American cichlid community tank, which is pretty cool. I'm sure he will be super happy with his tank upgrade, and honestly he was one of my favorite fish that I had, so I'm really glad that he went to a good home. And yeah, so I'm happy about that. I let the person know that he loves his earthworms, so I'm sure he's pretty happy. So that is the second bit of sad news. And finally, for, you know, something that really upset me is I ended up losing my baby emperor scorpion. And it's just really heartbreaking because, as you guys know, unless you are new here, I raised the scorpion from a little tiny white scorpling, and I don't know what happened. I came in here to mist his enclosure one day, and I saw that he had molted. He seemed to have gotten out okay, but unfortunately I did find him passed. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. Unfortunately, with arachnids, especially younger arachnids, just things can go bad with them really quick and very unexpectedly, even with perfect conditions. So I'm not sure what happened, but I am honestly pretty upset about it. This happened maybe, I want to say 2 weeks ago. So it's still pretty fresh. I am going to be resin casting him, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys and showing you guys how to do that. It's actually going to be my first time resin casting an animal of my own. I've been practicing on, like, you know, little insects that I find around the house, which, I don't know, I'm just very sentimental in that aspect, where I like to have a little keepsake for them after they've passed. As you guys know, I do have, like, my necklace with my old corn snake Charlie's shed in there. I'm always keeping sheds and molts and just anything that I can to have something to remember them by after they pass. So I feel like I got resin because I was planning on doing that with my jumping spiders when they pass, but I wasn't expecting to have to do it with my scorpion, and I'm pretty upset. And it sucks because I was literally just talking to my coworker like a day or two before I ended up finding him about how good he was doing, and he was actually getting pretty big. I was really excited to show you guys his progress, and I don't know, it's heartbreaking. But I might end up getting another Emperor Scorpion. When I was talking to my coworker about mine, he was actually offering me his adult female. So I might take him up on that. I'm not quite sure yet, but of course I'll keep you guys updated. But I really love having a scorpion. They're really incredible animals, and it's just really nice observing them. So that might be upcoming in the future. And I feel like having an adult would be good. They're, more sturdy. So, yeah. But that's all the sad news, and now let's move on to the happy news. Okay guys, so first, before you guys meet the new addition, I want to share with you guys some news about my jumping spiders. And I'm very excited because, one, I'm going to be working with a new color phase of Phidippus regius that I just got the other day. And I'm going to be keeping that color phase a secret until a future video where I actually introduce them. And I think I'm going to wait until they get a little bit bigger because they are just little tiny babies right now. But I am also working with a new species, Phidippus apache. If you guys watched my Vlogmas video where I had gotten my dream species of jumping spider, that's when I got my first two Phidippus apache, which in that order there was supposed to be a male and female pair, but when they both matured I realized that they are both males. So I am ordering 4 more Phidippus apache. I'm ordering 2 more females and 2 males, which I probably don't need that many males, but they're super awesome spiders to observe, and I personally like to pick and choose who I pair. So I figured having a couple of extra males would be good so I can pick the best of the best to breed with the females. So that's going to be happening soon. Just like I did with Pan, when I do receive them, I am going to be letting them settle in, probably for a couple of weeks before actually introducing them and pairing them off. But I should have some Phidippus apache available at some point this year, which is very exciting. And I might get into a couple different species, I'm not sure yet. I know for sure I'm going to continue working with Phidippus regius because they are just a fantastic species, and I'm going to be working with the Phidippus apache. So that's the news for them that I have right now. I have a lot of jumping spiders that you guys have not met yet, but I am going to be changing that soon. You guys need to meet so many. So I'm just going to have a video at some point just introducing all the ones that you guys haven't seen. And if you guys are interested, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I do have a separate Instagram as well as Facebook page just strictly for my jumping spiders and my breeding of them, and I share all of my pairings on there, and I do a lot of macro photography with them. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check that out on Instagram and or Facebook at Jumping Spider Connection. And there are a lot of jumping spiders on there that you guys haven't seen. So if you guys want a little sneak peek at what you will see in a future video, you can go on there and check them out. And Majora is still doing fantastic. She's definitely slowing down. Jumping spiders, they only live about 1 to 3 years, and Majora, I'm amazed that she's, honestly still around. She's about 2.5, probably pushing 3 years old at this point, which is super old for a jumping spider. And she is still super fat, despite the fact that I have not seen her eat in months. I know that they can go quite a long time without food, but months? I'm wondering if she's sneaking meals, because I do leave little dubias and stuff in her enclosure with her just in case she does want to hunt, but she rarely comes out. You can tell when they're starting to slow down because they start not being able to stick to the smooth sides of the enclosure when they're climbing. And they also start getting a little bit gray. And I don't know, she's just doing really fantastic still, which I'm really grateful about. I'm hoping to get as much time with her as possible. So I'm happy about that. She's doing awesome. She still comes out for water. Sorry guys, I had to change the battery in my camera. But anyways, like I was saying, Majora's still doing fantastic, still coming out for water. I did leave all of her nest and webbing in there just to make sure she can get a good grip when she does decide to come out of her webbing. And yeah, she's doing fantastic. All the other spiders are doing fantastic. And now you guys can meet the new addition. And I'm very excited about this. Like I said, I have had her for about a month now. I got her when she was 4 months old. Now she's about 5 months old. And here we go. Come here, baby. Are you guys ready for this new addition? Da, da, da. This is Luna, my new cockatiel, and she is just so precious. She's actually my first ever bird, which I feel like is so significant. Like I mentioned in the intro of this video, I've been volunteering at Wild Wings, so I've been working with a ton of birds, and honestly that really started my love for birds. Obviously I loved them before, but I never really got to interact with a bird as much as I did after I started volunteering with them. And I don't know what it is about them, just the bond that you can have with a bird is so strong compared to anything else that you can really keep. Yeah, she's just absolutely precious. You want some butternut squish? There. I did end up getting her from a specialty bird shop in my local area. I was originally planning on adopting a cockatiel, but the adoption facilities that I was looking at, they had a lot of cockatiels that came in as a group. Like I think there were like 3 or 4 cockatiels in each group pretty much, and I felt like having a group for my first bird might not have been the best choice, so I just wanted to go with one. And I was just kind of visiting bird shops around my area, like some specialty shops, and I was just asking to hold their cockatiels just to get a feel for them, see how they felt, you know, holding them. And of course I just wanted to meet some and see how I liked holding one. And then I met Luna. I really wasn't expecting to get a cockatiel as soon as I did. I was planning on getting one at some point this year, and I was just starting to get some things ready for getting a cockatiel when I went to go visit the store. And when I met this little one, because they had brought out a bunch of cockatiels for me just to interact with, and you know, most of them were just sitting on my finger, just kind of chilling. And when they brought little Luna out, she was like, you know, asking for head scratches. She was like putting her head down on me so that I would itch her little head, and she was cuddling my neck and playing with my hoodie strings, and she just had the best personality. And it was seriously love at first sight. And I really think that that's what you need when you're picking out a bird. You really need to just fall in love with them. So I didn't really pick Luna. Luna chose me. After I met her in that store, I put a deposit down on her and got the rest of my stuff that I needed. She ended up staying in the store for about a week and a half before I actually took her home, so that I could make sure everything was perfect in her cage as well as this room. So yeah, then I brought her home. During the time she was at the store, I was visiting her like every day. And it was killing me not bringing her home, but when I finally got to bring her home, it was just, I was so happy. And ever since then, it's just been perfect. She is the perfect bird for me, and yeah, she's just amazing. And I'm really happy to finally share her with you guys. I'm sure you will be seeing a lot of her. I have her out pretty much all the time when I'm home. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot of her. She always tries going after my lip ring, and normally I take it out before I handle her, but right now I forgot, so she's kind of like looking at it like, I want it. Oh, baby. So right now I am going to include some funny and cute videos and photos of Luna. Hope you guys enjoy them. Alright everybody, that is everything for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed getting to meet Miss Little Luna here, as well as hearing about all the news about my jumping spiders. And I'm so sorry for the sad news, but you know, things happen and it's unfortunate, but it's something that you have to deal with when you are keeping animals. Things can always happen with them. Oh, she is just so precious. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already and would like to see more of all of the animals. I'm sorry, she's just so distracting. Hey baby, especially when she's asking for head scratches. You're such a good baby. I'm sure you're probably going to be seeing this little one in most likely every video from now on, because she loves being out, and if she sees me out in this room and she is not out with me, she's gonna start screaming. Actually, it's normally when I just leave the room she starts kind of yelling, but it's just like a flat call, like saying kind of, where are you? Where'd you go? If you guys have any video suggestions or questions, definitely leave them down in the comments. I really want to do a Q&A video here soon, so be sure to leave me some awesome questions and they'll be answered in a future video. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy, and I will see you all in another video soon. Bye. This is probably going to be my last big addition to my animal family. So I do also have some news to share about with them. What is going on with my speech? Holy crap. I cannot talk. And be sure to support all small businesses and nonprofits in your area. She flew out of the bookshelf and then flew to her squash. She's a little crazy lady.